based on what I saw Tyson Fury do to Deontay Wilder, I suspect that a prime Wladimir Klitschko would have done a similar job. Now, the reason I say this is because Klitschko, yes, was trained by Manny Stewart and he had elements of the Kronk style in him. But basically, the way that Tyson Fury fought Wilder is to keep him under pressure with the jab, walk him down with the jab. And whenever Wilder would cock the right hand, Fury would take a step back. That is virtually identical tactics to how Wladimir Klitschko fought David Haye. Klitschko was walking David Haye down with a jab, keeping him under pressure. When David Haye would look to throw the right hand, Vlad would just take a step back. Very simple, but very effective. Now, Tyson Fury is better than Klitschko in several departments. He's bigger, probably physically stronger. Certainly the 273-pound version of Fury is physically stronger than Klitschko. Longer arms, better on the back foot. And truth be told, Fury's got a lot more heart and self-belief than Klitschko. But there are a few things that Klitschko does better than Fury. First of all, Klitschko's left hook is better than any left hook I've seen Fury throw. If Fury has a Klitschko level left hook, and he might, I'm not going to write him off, he hasn't yet shown it in any of his pro fights. So Klitschko's left hook was better than Fury's, and his right hand was crisper, straighter, and more accurate. Again, from what I've seen in Fury's pro fights. And I think Klitschko was just a more accurate puncher overall and a cleaner puncher overall than Tyson Fury. So if he was to fight Deontay Wilder, I think he would approach it in a similar way to how he approached the David Haye fight. He knows that Wilder's just a big right hand. He knows he's got the better jab. He knows he's got the better balance than Deontay Wilder. And I think he'd do what he did against David Haye. Just walk the guy down behind the jab. Keep him under constant pressure. He won't be as rough. That's another thing I forgot to mention. Tyson Fury's better on the inside than Klitschko, of course. Klitschko wouldn't be as rough with Wilder on the inside as Fury was, but Klitschko still knows how to rough it up close. He would notoriously lean on his opponents, particularly shorter opponents, push their heads down, lean all over their necks and all over their backs to try and tire them out. And he may well do something similar against Deontay Wilder. I mean, even when Klitschko fought Tony Thompson, particularly in the rematch, Thompson, a big, tall guy just like Klitschko, he was leaning all over Tony Thompson, grabbing him and pushing him down. Harder to do against the bigger man. But Deontay Wilder, although he's tall, he's not heavy. So I think that's how Klitschko would have approached it. And we already know that Deontay Wilder avoided Klitschko, both Klitschkos, his whole career. In his 33rd fight, he fought Berman Stavern for the WBC belt. He could have fought Vitaly Klitschko a couple fights before then, when Wilder was, 28, 29-0. He could have fought Vitaly. Could have challenged Wladimir. He was up there in rankings. Why wasn't he going for the Klitschkos? Well, I know why. Because he got flattened by Wladimir Klitschko in sparring, and both him and his team didn't want no parts of Klitschko. But also stylistically, as you can see, Klitschko did something similar to David Haye from a tactical point of view to what Tyson Fury did to Wilder. That kind of approach, we now know, is effective against Deontay Wilder. Obviously, there have been people saying that kind of approach can work against him. Shout out to Boxing Beats and Rhymes. He said that you need to pressure Wilder. But as I've said in another video, my idea of pressuring Deontay Wilder is like a short fighter with good head movement, like a Mike Tyson, Joe Frazier type style, coming forward and pressuring Wilder because they'll be able to get underneath his right hand. They'll be elusive coming forward. But Tyson Fury, I'd never seen him fight in that style before coming forward. Anytime I'd seen Tyson Fury on the front foot in fights previously, even late on in the first Wilder fight, he looked very crude, very cumbersome, about as graceful as an elephant and easy to hit. Same thing against Steve Cunningham. didn't look very sophisticated on the front foot, looked very crude and easy to hit. Same thing against Otto Wallin. On the front foot, he looked very crude and easy to hit against Otto Wallin. So I was thinking, if he does that against Wilder, he's going to get chinned. He has to box, you know? Little did I know that Tyson Fury clearly is a tremendously fast learner. And he was able to pick up that Kronk style in just a few weeks and implement it with the confidence of a man who'd been fighting that way his whole life. Fantastically impressive, particularly when you consider he was in with such a dangerous puncher and the magnitude of the event, all the pressure, and to switch up his style to a style he's never fought in before in a few weeks and go, I mean, incredible confidence from Tyson Fury to be able to do that. So anyway, yeah, that's just a brief video on how I think Wladimir Klitschko would have done against Deontay Wilder. I think he would have walked him down. Maybe wouldn't have got him out of there as quickly as Tyson Fury did. But as I say, I think Wladimir Klitschko is a more accurate puncher than Fury, a crisper puncher. So you never know. Maybe he would have caught Wilder more cleanly earlier in the fight and dropped him or taken him out. But knowing Klitschko's more cautious nature, it probably would have been a longer fight. Prime Klitschko versus Wilder, probably a longer fight, and maybe would have stopped Wilder late or perhaps just won a lopsided points decision. So anyway, let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. It's happening. I'm out.